Hello.
Can we record the class, sir?
Why you need to record the class? Because normally we don't encourage recording. You just attend classes because there are many classes parallelly running, right? May slow down the process. You know anyhow. Maybe I'll let you know in the next session, but this session is not required. Just a bit. Okay. Yeah. I hope my screen is visible. You could able to see my screen. So in the previous session, we have discussed about some of the basics of Java, that is basic programs in Java. So in today's session, we'll be discussing the theoretical concepts behind Java. Right, as all of us know, Java is platform independent. Uh, there are some features which are unique to Java. Java is simple and straightforward. Java is designed for internet. Java is platform independent. Java is architecture neutral. There are many features which are unique to Java. Out of those many features, there are two very common. One is platform independence, and the second one is architecture neutral. When you say platform independence, if you write a operating system, sorry, if you write a Java program for any operating system, you can run the same program on any platform, right? Java is completely platform independence or independent, which is achieved by using Java Virtual Machine. Okay, you can have more than one class file within the same Java file, right? A Java program consists of one or more files with a .java extension. We can put it in the package or write class file within one .java extension, right? As all of you know, when you compile a .java file, the .java file is converted to a .class file. Okay, so that .class file is termed as Java bytecode, right? That .class file contains Java bytecode, and bytecode is more like a machine language, but we use Java Virtual Machine to run a bytecode. Okay, so one major concept here is Java is completely platform independent. Okay, .java file is converted to a .class file using Java compiler. It's a two-step process. Then a .class file is interpreted using Java Virtual Machine. Okay. Along that, I think this will be more clear here. You start with the. I think slides are moving, right? You are in the slide. A picture is worth. Can somebody confirm? Slides are moving.
Sir, there's a lot of cross marks and everything in there. Yeah, it's moving also.
Okay, I'm in the compiler, interpreter,
Yeah.
Windows.
Interpreter 32 Solaris macOS.
Okay, good. Yeah. Now, this page or this picture should understand or make you to understand all concepts in Java, right? One more thing. Is the annotation is visible? I just put a line on this. A picture is worth. You could be able to see the annotation.
Yes.
Yes, right? Okay. So you start with the Java program. So what is the extension for this Java program now? What is the extension for this Java program? Or what should be the file name for this Java program? Yeah, it should be hello world app.java. right? So the name of this file is hello world app.java, right? Public static void main string args. Then you write a block here, system.out.println, then hello world, right? So you start here. This will be your source file. Okay, so this is your source file or source.java. Okay. If you don't use online GDB or JBuilder or JEclipse or JCreator and all, if you run it using command prompt, then what is the command to compile a .java file? Command to compile a .java file. How do you compile a .java file? So assume that I'm working on, say, Unix or Linux operating system. I just say dollar here. Okay. I have a source file, say Notepad or something, VI editor, VI, say source.java. Okay. Now, how do I compile this file? How do I compile this .java file?